Beijing Olympics with a total of 109 events across 15 sports. In Beijing, Olympic officials have imposed strict protocols to prevent the spread of COVID. Tickets will not be sold to the public. Beijing has announced a closed-loop system where athletes and others involved in the Olympics will work, compete, eat and sleep without coming into contact with the general public. All vaccinated participants can move freely in games-related areas by a dedicated transport system. Unvaccinated athletes will have to spend 21 days in quarantine ahead of the Games. Domestic and international participants will be tested daily. But COVID-19 is not the only hurdle for the Beijing Olympics. According to the Washington Post, a coalition of international activists has pressed for a boycott of what they are calling the hashtag 2022 Genocide Olympics, citing China's treatment of Uyghurs and other ethnic minorities in China's northern province of Xinjiang.
The Biden administration will not send any diplomatic or official representation to the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics and Paralympic Games, given the PRC's ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity in Xinjiang and other human rights abuses.
According to China's state-owned broadcaster, CCTV, Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Wang Wenbin criticized the politicization of the Beijing Olympics.
体育和政治无关，奥运会是广大运动员和体育爱好者的盛会。 不是政客们作秀表演的舞台。
Despite the global outcry against Beijing's human rights abuses, neither the Apolitical International Olympic Committee nor NBCU, the Olympics' exclusive broadcaster in the U.S., will take a stand against Beijing, says Andrew Zimbalist, professor of economics at Smith College.
They all have massive investments in these games, and they want them to come off well. They need to cooperate with each other.
Zimbalist, who has published several books on the economics of the Olympic Games, points out that China wields great influence on international markets which do not want to ruffle Beijing's feathers.
On the one hand, you have markets like the United States where people want you to be uttering phrases and following policies that are congruent with human values. On the other hand, you've got a country that's violating those values, but it's, you're selling $15 billion of goods to them every year, or you actually have an investment as a partner in some of their activities. And so how do you steer a course in between those two things? It's delicate.
According to Variety.com, NBCU is facing a huge challenge on attracting eyeballs to the event, not only because of China's human rights violations, but also because 6 months after the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, spectators are going through what it calls Olympic Games fatigue.
And also, whenever the games are held on the other side of the world from the United States, it means there's a timing issue, so that when you're watching the competition, generally, you're not watching it live. And that's always disappointing to sports fans. You don't want to find out the result of something that happened 12 hours earlier.
However, Zimbalist says most viewers do not bring a political mindset to the questions of whether they are going to follow the Olympic Games. They do it, he says, for the thrill of the Games, the competition, and the teams they root for. Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.